Ghislaine Maxwell's sit-down with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche comes as pressure builds across party lines for answers. The battle for information leading House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer to issue a subpoena for Maxwell to testify before his panel.
Next month, lawmakers will head to the prison where Maxwell is right now serving a 20-year sentence to hear exactly what she has to say. We have live Fox News team coverage for you. Jonathan Turley is here on that in moments.
But we begin with our David Spunt. He's live here in Washington with the latest on this meeting between Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell. Dave?
Well, hey, John, good to be with you. It's not clear exactly what time this meeting began today, how long it will go, or even what they're talking about, though clearly we'd love to be a fly on the wall to hear that conversation. But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is meeting with the former girlfriend and convicted co-conspirator of Jeffrey Epstein. As we mentioned, it's happening at the courthouse in Tallahassee. This is not far from the prison where Maxwell is serving a 20-year sentence behind bars. Again, what's being discussed, we don't know. The Justice Department not commenting about any of the meeting details. But we do have some recent photos snapped by Fox Digital of Ghislaine Maxwell recently outside the Florida prison on a run or a walk. Now, her attorney says that she'll tell the truth. But the question has to be asked, at what price? Is there a deal to be cut with the Justice Department? Again, DOJ officials not even commenting on that possibility. But that question has been asked and will be asked many times in the future. In more Maxwell news, as we mentioned, House Oversight Chairman James Comer issued that formal subpoena for her to testify in a prison deposition regarding her role in what she may know in Epstein's crimes. Now, she could take the Fifth Amendment and keep quiet. Here's Comer.
August 11th is the date when we hope to depose Maxwell in that prison facility in Tallahassee.
And yesterday, a Florida federal judge says she will not release grand jury material in Epstein's solicitation of a minor case in Florida back in 2008. The judge says her hands are tied, as anything to do with a grand jury in the American court system is typically kept close to the vest and secretive. But John and Sandra, we are still awaiting decisions from judges on grand jury transcripts from the New York Jeffrey Epstein and the New York Ghislaine Maxwell cases. Those could come at any time. This was a request by Attorney General Pam Bondi in the name of transparency. But again, judges will typically rule against releasing grand jury material, as I'm sure Professor Turley will mention soon if you ask him. Back to you.
But I'm sure, and we will ask him that, I'm sure that the professor will also agree that there are exceptions to the rule based on a compelling interrogatory. We'll see. David, thank you. Give us more details of this meeting when you can. Appreciate it. Sandra?
All right, Jonathan Turley's here, constitutional law attorney, professor at George Washington University, and Fox News contributor. So jump on in there with these questions, Jonathan, as this meeting is happening right now. What are your thoughts?
Well, Sandra, one of the interesting aspects about this meeting is that Blanche may be the first Department of Justice official to interview Maxwell. I was under the impression, the reporting previously, was that she had spoken to investigators. After all, there were numerous state and federal investigations into this scandal. I was told by a member of her legal team that she has never been interviewed by the Justice Department. And that does raise the question of whether she is an untapped source of information. So this is a much more significant interview than many of us might have anticipated. The assumption is that if she had something to trade, she would have done it already. I mean, the expiration date on this milk is long past because she's already been sentenced to 20 years, and you would think she would have come forward and say, look, I've got something here that's worth a trade. But she is making many people feel uncomfortable today because she is someone who may have a lot of information that simply has not been revealed.
Yeah, and her brother is suggesting that she will be putting forward new evidence. He tells the New York Post, quote, she will be putting before the court material new evidence that was not available to the defense at her 2021 trial, which would have had a significant impact on its outcome. All right, so this is also Maxwell's attorney responding to all of this on BBC. She would testify truthfully, as she always has said she would. As for the congressional subpoena, Ms. Maxwell is taking this one step at a time. She looks forward to her meeting with the Department of Justice, and that discussion will help inform how she proceeds. I guess we're really left wondering, I mean, is this just a little bit of new information, or is she sitting on a mountain of new evidence?
Well, that's the intriguing aspect, because most of us assumed that she had been interviewed repeatedly. That's what the legal team is now saying has not actually occurred. And of all of the people that would have the goods, essentially, on this scandal, it is Maxwell. I mean, with the exception of Epstein himself, she was this ubiquitous presence. She's in all of these pictures. She's just in the background. That is always your most dangerous witness, someone who is unseen but always there. And the question is, does she have something that would be material for a criminal prosecution? Not just embarrassing. Obviously, there's going to be lots of embarrassing information. But what we're probably going to find out through Congress as well as the Department of Justice is whether indeed she has something more that has never been revealed.
Yeah, and that is the bottom line in your piece, The Mystery of Ghislaine Maxwell. Does Epstein's associate have an untold story? Before you go, Professor Turley, I want to go back to our conversation yesterday on Tulsi Gabbard. She showed up at the White House press briefing yesterday. She shook things up, citing this new declassified intel that shows the Obama administration was politicizing intelligence. Jason Chaffetz joined you and went off on this on America Reports yesterday. Listen.
Anytime I've ever heard of somebody lying to a court, the court takes care of itself. There are repercussions to that. So when the government lies to the FISA court, where is Chief Justice Roberts on this? Where is the court? How come the court is not going back? I'm not an attorney. Jonathan Turley is going to have to take this. Why isn't the court demanding that there are repercussions for those people that they bogusly signed these warrants?
And then we ran out of time and the show was over. So can we get your response, sir? Where is the court on this?
Well, Jason has a very good point here, and he's walked the walk. He's been there in Congress and trying to get this information. And it does appear that a couple of these figures may have committed perjury. I think the most vulnerable may be Brennan, who's like a 30-point buck now out in the open. I mean, this stuff goes directly to information that he gave to Congress. It seems to be in contradiction. And so there are real questions here. I mean, people talk about, well, you can't charge Obama. That's very likely the case. He's probably protected. But these individuals, whether it's Comey or Brennan, are not protected from perjury charges if the statute of limitations has not run. They are more likely to be called again to repeat prior testimony.
Professor Turley, we always appreciate when you can join us. Thank you so much. And good to have you actually finish your thought on that.
Thank you, Sandra.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.